Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Tuesday, February 11th. It is 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. We have potentially been seeing or watching here a breakout failure. We have a perfect inside bar in which the market opened outside all day and then has re-entered the range. Okay. And that targets the opposite side of this range. It was kind of forced over here. It's, I wouldn't look at value now, but this looks like we may have a trending day here. In hand, and this trade is potentially, it's not that hard to achieve, right? Yesterday's high, even though it has excess, it was well questionable because it was a high of the lower distribution. Remember, we have Chairman Powell testimony today at 10 a.m. And we've been having these blocks here. We have this one. This one goes to the downside, but the ones that come after 1,000 here. This is one big purchase in this case, right? Here, another one here, another one here. So what I have on this one is do not get in the way. That's just those don't get in the way of this. It was hard for me to join here. It was just grueling watching this. But there is some momentum. It's catching momentum. Now everything has come to where everything started yesterday. This previous period held back from, I believe it's AM. At AM, was saying to take all these previous back-to-back lows that we have yesterday here. All this was this, right? And this opening here can also be seen as the culmination of this movement. Now that the weak loans have been removed, I'm calling weak loans just for yesterday, and the whole thing has been weak for a long time. But this is the laggards, one of the latest loans that we have here. This M has been taken out, for example. Now the action now is to the upside, and potentially targeting 6,100. Nasdaq has been ripping to the upside as well. Yes, Russell, the Dow, all these markets doing the same thing. uh, when markets are in sync, just either join and or if you feel that you cannot join, or you feel or you think this is not good, do not step in front. That's just that I can say. Do not step in front of this movement. Don't step in front of the market that has momentum or a market that is in sync. Right now, as we speak, the market is reaching, this trend line. If there is anything here, you can see, for example, I have this one in the upper side. A couple days ago, it didn't reach this one. Now we have one. Well, this one may not reach. It's very shorting here is, how can I say, is expected, I could say. Maybe this is the trade to the downside now. This is technically is at the trend line. This is where you take profits. This is where you sell, where you position it to the downside. But this has been a market that really has no direction here. If you happen to be in the green, grab your profits. And don't expect much, right? Well, at least that is what I was doing here. That's probably a reaction to what Chairman Powell said during his testimony. And sometimes, this is what is a typical. Look at where the market. How long has the market been at 60, 89.50, for example? Right there. How it just stays there, man. What I was saying is, when you have this kind of testimonies, the market is may have some kind of movement during the speech. Or during the testimony. And the momentum that the guts there can end, as the testimony comes to an end. We are just minutes to end this period. And we may have another distribution here. Very emotional, which will make this market very emotional. I had the reference from the overnight, I had the distributions from the overnight. That's upside continuation. Market is having upside continuation. The next thing is yesterday's high. But I can't fathom myself being long, for example, here when the market is to the downside. Now look where D low is. I think this may be the lagged stage of this part of this movement now. Um, in rare occasions, it's random. The lagged stage takes the trade, right? Laggards are not going to take the market outside of yesterday's range, for example. Huh? I'm not going to trade news. I'm not going to trade news here. And that's what the market is doing. It has no conviction in either direction. There's been a tremendous back and forth. But there is something here though. Let's check this out. And this is part of the technicals of this market. This area, for example, this day here, this outside day has higher volume here. This is the trend I was talking about. Huh? One here, we're going to feel it didn't reach this one and then come down. Now this one yesterday is just not reached this one. It is a perfect, it's really nice inside day. There is a breakout. There is a breakout to the downside that fails. When it fails, next thing the market aims is the opposite side of that range, and maybe we come up to here. And this is the same way how I treat the market here down here is how I will treat it when it comes up here. And the thing here now is while Chairman Powell is having testimony here, I see the market doing this. Right, this one was a reference, came down in here, came back in here, closed this one, took POC, it is clearing this volume here. Next thing, upper side. I call it questionable because I have this one that came from POC, and yesterday just joins this one here. Right? So and that's why I call it very questionable. And this is the next reference after this high here. As we speak, right, we have a market coming from half back, this, which are called the laggard stage of this movement. This is when laggards are coming to the market finally, seeing the market going higher. Oh boy, this market is to the upside, right? They didn't get short here, they didn't get short here, they didn't get short here. My bad, they didn't get long, here, they didn't go here, they didn't go long here, they didn't get long here, but they did long here, they didn't get long here. Finally, Okay, I have something, right? And now I'm going to buy from exactly here. And this kind of trading or traders, random, are the ones who are going to take the market out of balance. You know, meaning that the ones that are going to take this one, this high out. You know? And if you check this daily, markets to the downside, well, markets to the downside, the weekly is to the downside, the monthly is an inside buy. And what I was trying to say here is, did you notice this? This range is compressing here. There can be a resolution here. Which one? Which side? Don't know. It looks like the market needs something here, some kind of information to do something. The range has been quite big now. 4, 8, 12, almost 14 weeks, almost 3 months. Actually, it's 3 months. Yeah, almost 3 months. It's a big range here, but what we have here, and the market has gone nowhere. Market has gone nowhere. There's constantly back and forth going on here. From the current period, from what is going on right now, for example, did you see anything there? Any reason to join this movement? Most of the volume is in the lower side of the bar. Volume is drier as it goes higher. Do you have any questions or comments here? My bad. I didn't mean to do that. And I am tired of these kind of things happening. There's a lot of scam going on here. This, I am. This is not Anthony Crudel, for example, right? But there's a lot of people that impersonate. If you are not careful, especially in these channels that have, for example, that have a lot of people, right? In this service, they have a lot of people, and when they have open invitations that anybody can join, constantly, constantly you find this kind of scam. This is not Anthony. No motor sir. This is just not him, right? Uh, what? Did I accept? No, I didn't. I didn't mean to accept. just be careful out there whenever you're a member on any server, unless you initiate something, anything that counts in your direction is potentially a scam. All right, just be careful out there. I don't have anything today. All right. Uh, this law probably is going to be taking. Now we have a emotional. We have three distributions. One, two, three distributions. Very narrow range here. I wouldn't be surprised, for example, if this day it takes this high out, right? Fails to reach a 6100, or maybe plays a closer distribution here, and comes back inside and ends inside this day. Or maybe one of the other things, after having an outside day, we may have another outside day here, but this time to the upside, which would be a sign that how lack of confidence this market side right now. All right, I'll take a break. Sorry, I don't have anything. Really, I don't have anything here. And I will leave this stream up here for a while. We got some breakfast now, right? See you soon. All right, I'm back here. When I left, we were talking about this low here, this low here coming from Halbach, and how close the market was to, get out of range, and getting the market out of balance, or in this case, completing, taking this high will be the completion of this trade here. Usually, that's not the job of the laggards or the laggard trade or the short-term traders. Random that happens. Now that has been repaired. We have an inside bar here now. We have an inside bar. The breakout is to the downside, which is the direction of the market. You can see downside, downside. This breakout is to the downside. Now let's see if this breakout fails or sustains. The daily breakout has failed. And what was happening here, that's why I opened this one for you to check. I will try to replicate what happened here. It's just unbelievable, man, how just the next day after this happens, they will attempt to do the same thing. Now, I guess now they may have, I don't know, I would say they may have better odds today, but ending, this was one time framing, this was a trending day, ending this trend really early in the morning in the session, that doesn't speak well of the movement. But we knew that, right? We were talking about how questionable this movement was. Now the selling is coming from saddle. Can say also Halbach here. Lower volume than yesterday. There is nothing here, man. There's nothing here in this market. There's no reason to risk anything in here. First, Chairman Powell can't say anything. Right? Second, there's no conviction here. This is just another nothing day here. Now, value, we have not value moving higher, and and that's the next thing, right? Value moves lower. If the market trades maybe another period in this area here, in this upper distribution, or maybe if it even closes this one, but still doesn't take this one and trades back and forth, let's say, just back and forth on sell, what that will do is move value inside yesterday's value, which kind of like secures or puts some kind of support to the longs that are here today. Because something that I will not like if I am long here in this market, for example, is, if this movement continues but value remains lower. Value remains lower, that would be really risky, very risky for whatever long inventory is out there. Notice how E took the low, but the selling started or came right from previous period Halbach. D low was corrected. Now E high has been corrected as well. Now after this breakout of D, this inside bar to the downside, right? We were just telling or asking, can this be a breakout failure as well? Just in the same way as the daily breakout has failed, can this inside day or inside trend day breakout fail as well? When B took a high, it felt really forced right there. And then the upside continuation as well. And I see taking big high was really forced. I don't have anything else here to say or to see any other thing. This market is very aware of what's happening in Congress. Is this Congress, right? I don't know what it is. Congress. Yeah, it's a capital. Just be aware that we cannot trade now without news, having news on the side. That's the thing here. We must have something like this or financial news maybe on the side. It's so news based. It's now these indices, the markets now are, and this says a lot of who is behind the trades, right? The market now is very similar, right? Very similar. It's moving, it's trading, quite similar to these meme stocks that are there, right? When just like that. Let me see. Let me see what I have here in SPY, for example. Yeah, boy, this is. Look at this, man. I'm going to maximize this sell. Oh, okay, look at that, man. Well, look at this. Look at this. What this low is. It has this range here. What the high is. Oh boy. No. This is what I want to show you. Again, right? The SPY is a commodity that's based on the ES. Look at this. What's happening here? Look at this. Right? This range here, let's compress it here. We have a bigger range. I hope I just base it here. What's the low? This can be the low here, right? The next thing we see, tomorrow we have CPI. We may have something here. Which direction? Have no freaking idea. Right? But if something happens here, that can be the resolution. But be aware of this as well. Right? In the same way how this breakout has failed, there must be something here as well. It can be breakout, take this trend out and boom, right after that, come back and take the other one. All right. Be aware of those things. It's not necessary that it's going to keep going higher. And the SPY actually has better highs. This is a very, very clear trend in the lower side, and this one as well. And look at this, right? There's a breakout here. Comes back all the way to here. Right there. Here. Look at this. China is in the middle of a big recession right now. And I believe that's another factor, right? A lot of money is coming back to the States. A lot of money. Many of these, a lot of these big companies have to, rebalance or redo their policies, right? Take a look at their policies, at their investments in these countries, especially the East, countries like Russia, China. There was a lot of money, man, lots of money going to China. That was seen as an opportunity. But after what happened in Russia, you really have to think. I would think, that can be seen for depending on what happened in Ukraine. And China can do the same to Taiwan, or attempt to do the same, right? Depending on how the West react to that that proxy war in Ukraine. There was a lot of money that was lost in Russia. These companies writing off debts, but billions, right? I guess just Oxy or Shell, they write off like 200, 800 billions from the sheets, and that's not insignificant, right? All the money that could come out, where that money is going to go? Is that money going to go to China? Or if you have a lot of money in China, what are you going to do? Are you going to leave it there after watching what's happening in Russia? I don't think this is my just personal opinion, right? I don't think so. Well, you have to be a fool to not to at least take a second look to your investments outside the United States and take a look at what is the safest place to be, to have your money allocated. It's in my opinion, the United States. You come here, and a lot. I think that has been happening. That happened last year. It has been reflected in the market, but that influx, that money coming back, is not going to last forever, right? It's going to end at some time. Has ended? I don't know. Right? There's no way for me to know. I can just speculate based on what I see in the markets. When I have an opinion, usually it's going to be late, right? If I can see it, what has happened has already happened. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to be calling it a day. I don't have more to say. I don't have anything today. I don't know for how long this is going to be continuing. Look, oh boy. Look at this, man. Look at this here. Come on, man. Check this out. Don't tell me you don't see anything here. Do you see that? This one. The same thing that happened The same thing that happened here. It's happening here. Buying from the trend line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have this week, right? This is a week. There's another one, I believe, quite big one here. This is 1, 2, 3. This is Friday. This is Friday last week. This 1, 2, 3, 4. This low has been taken. Now, this is the low of the current week. If you check your weekly charts, I think the low of previous week is kind of like around this area. Let's put it around this area, right? This is the weekly low. Now, if the market can take this high out, that ends the weekly time frame to the downside. Okay, that ends. Look at what's happening here. But the same thing that we have here is what we have here. And we talked already about this thing. Right? This, when you have these kind of things, probably more likely the participants here are the shortest time frame of all. Right? Buying from 50, buying from 50. Now we are clear. Another thing here. Now that we have some time, let's do this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the other markets. Okay, we have seen the ES, for example. Huh? Look at this trend in the upper side. Inside, trending lower. Now it's trending lower. Breakout to the inside, back to the downside. High has not been taken, so the trend, the breakout remains. As long as this high stays there, this is going to be. Look at this. Look at this. Huh? The upper distribution has been closed. Huh? This one is staying. But notice where the volume is here. They was trying to take this market higher. They failed to do that. Selling is coming from seller. Nasdaq. Non-excess here. Non-excess here. This is a balance. A really nice balance. Same thing in the daily. Here in the upper side, inside, monthly. Let's check Russell. This is really interesting here. Non-excess here, 3-week highs here altogether. And look at this, man. Look at this. 1, 2. This is the potential to the upside. The damage that this market can do to the upside is significant here, right? We talked about this last a couple days, and this was just like this was just crazy here. The Dow, the support in the Dow is failing, right? This one failed. This one's failed. Now they are doing the same thing here. I don't know if this is going to. Look at this shape here. This is short covering what you have here. This may be aimed to close this distribution right now. All right. This looks like short covering. This may. What can happen here, this market may attempt to take this high here. There may be some selling coming from here. The SPY allows you a continuous view of this market, right? What happened with the ES when you have this? There's contracts here, rollovers here, and sometimes you have these big gaps during the rollovers. This gap, where is one gap, for example, that was during the rollover? This gap, for example, is because of rollover. This one, no. 16. This gap is because of the rollover. It's not that the market gapped here, but the new chart started here because the old contract ended. And that creates a gap here. Right? Why is that? If you check, for example, what I'm going to give you here, this is what happens. Right? We have all these contracts trading, right? And right now, June, for example, how much is June? June is 160.46, kind of like almost a little bit more than 50 points of difference between this contract between March and June. So this means that a June contract is actually 61.46 is up here. So if this contract ends right now, it has one more month, but right now it is up here, right? Right above this trend line, right here. Suddenly, from one day to another, is above the trend in this chart. Oh, that's a breakout, right? Let's buy the breakout. But was there any movement there, for example? Is that inventory there? No, there's not. And a smooth transition can be seen in SPY. Right? Because this doesn't have rollovers. You have the date of the rollovers, right? But not the rollovers here. Because there is no H25, H25 for example, right? There's no H25, there is just SPY, okay? All right. All right, guys. Now, unless there's any questions, I'm going to be calling it a day. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe, my friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.